Welcome to Dark Tales Podcast, where the shadows hold secrets, and the unknown becomes our tale. Join us as we journey through the realms of the supernatural, exploring mysteries, chilling encounters, and tales that will send shivers down your spine. Prepare to be captivated by the darkness, for here, the most chilling stories come to life. Nestled at the edge of a dense, foreboding forest stood a mansion like no other. Its imposing structure seemed to loom over the surrounding landscape, casting an ominous shadow, as if nature itself dared not encroach upon its property. This was Spirit Rock Mansion, a place whispered about in fearful tones, known for the legends that clung to its ancient walls. The mansion's history was shrouded in mystery, but the tales that circulated through the town were chilling enough to freeze the blood of even the most stoic locals. Stories of ghostly apparitions and otherworldly voices emanating from within its hallowed halls were commonplace. It was said that those who entered the mansion never emerged the same, if they emerged at all. The legend of Spirit Rock Mansion began centuries ago, with tales of a reclusive family that had resided within its ominous walls. They were rumored to practice dark arts and communicate with spirits from realms beyond. Whispers of arcane rituals and unholy ceremonies were forever etched into the mansion's dark history. As the years passed, the mansion changed hands, but its malevolent reputation remained intact. It was as if the very foundation of the building was imbued with an unholy force that refused to relinquish its grip on the living world. A particularly chilling story spoke of a group of paranormal investigators who dared to spend a night within the mansion's confines. They claimed to have witnessed spectral figures moving through the dimly lit corridors and heard voices that seemed to emanate from the very walls themselves. The mansion had become a place of morbid fascination, a haunted relic from a forgotten time. But it wasn't the legend alone that had captured the imagination of our story's protagonist. No, it was a personal connection, an ancestral tie that drew them closer to Spirit Rock than they could have ever imagined. This is where our tale begins, with a mystery as dark and inscrutable as the mansion itself. Our protagonist is about to embark on a journey into the heart of Spirit Rock Mansion, seeking answers to questions that have haunted their family for generations. But little do they know the horrors that await them within the confines of this mysterious mansion. The land upon which Spirit Rock Mansion stood had its own dark history, one that was intrinsically linked to the malevolent reputation of the mansion. This cursed land had borne witness to centuries of unspeakable acts and dreadful occurrences, leaving an indelible mark that even time could not erase. The tales of the land's curse dated back to the earliest settlers of the region. Native legends spoke of a sinister presence that dwelled within the woods, an entity that was said to corrupt the very soil itself. These legends were dismissed as superstition by the early colonists, but they would soon come to realize the truth. As generations passed, the land gained a sinister reputation. Crops withered, livestock perished, and misfortune befell those who dared to cultivate it. It was as though an invisible malevolence permeated the very air. The settlers attributed these calamities to the curse of the land. But it was the arrival of the enigmatic arcane family that would seal the land's sinister fate. This family of recluses, known for their mastery of the occult, had settled on the cursed grounds. They constructed a mansion that would become the infamous Spirit Rock Mansion, their rituals and ceremonies further tainting the land with darkness. As our protagonist delved deeper into their family history, they discovered that their own lineage was intertwined with the history of the cursed land and the sinister arcane family. Long-forgotten documents revealed that their ancestors had once been neighbors to the Arcanes and had mysteriously disappeared, leaving behind a legacy of secrets and unanswered questions. The cursed land had claimed the Arcane family, their mansion left in desolation. Locals whispered that their restless spirits still haunted the woods, exacting vengeance on those who dared to intrude upon their unholy ground. Our protagonist was undeterred. With a determination born of both curiosity and a desire to unravel their family's enigmatic past, they embarked on a quest to uncover the truth about Spirit Rock Mansion and the cursed land it stood upon. Little did they know the horrors that awaited them as they ventured further into the heart of darkness. Armed with an insatiable curiosity and a legacy shrouded in mystery, our protagonist, whose family history was inextricably linked to Spirit Rock Mansion, was determined to unravel the secrets of this enigmatic place. They could no longer ignore the whispers of their ancestors or the foreboding tales that had haunted their family for generations. The decision to conduct a paranormal investigation of Spirit Rock Mansion was not taken lightly. It was a leap into the unknown, a journey into a realm where the boundary between the living and the dead blurred, and malevolent forces were rumored to roam freely. But, driven by an unrelenting need for answers, they assembled a team of brave souls who shared their determination. The team was composed of individuals well-versed in the realms of the paranormal, investigators, mediums, and experts in various fields of the supernatural. Together, they gathered their equipment, from night vision cameras to audio recording devices, ready to document any unearthly phenomena that might manifest within the mansion's darkened corridors. As night fell and the moon cast an eerie glow over Spirit Rock Mansion, the team made their approach. The air was heavy with anticipation and unease, but they were resolute in their mission. The mansion's imposing facade loomed before them, a silent sentinel guarding its cryptic history. Upon entering, they were met with a chilling atmosphere. The interior seemed frozen in time, with dust-covered furniture and faded tapestries that bore witness to centuries of secrets. Shadows danced in the corners of their vision, and every creak of the old floorboards echoed through the mansion like a whispered lament. The investigation began with a sense of trepidation as they explored room by room, searching for any signs of paranormal activity. They would soon discover that Spirit Rock Mansion held its mysteries close, waiting to reveal them in a series of unsettling encounters and inexplicable phenomena. As they delved deeper into the mansion's depths, the team couldn't help but wonder if they were being watched, if unseen eyes followed their every move. It was a disconcerting feeling that only intensified their determination to uncover the truth. The paranormal investigation had officially begun, and Spirit Rock Mansion would soon reveal whether its malevolent reputation was based on fact or fiction. With each passing moment, the line between the living and the dead grew thinner, and the answers they sought drew closer. As the paranormal investigation of Spirit Rock Mansion progressed, a disconcerting atmosphere settled upon the team. It was as though the very walls of the mansion held their breath, awaiting the moment to unveil the secrets they harbored. The first night of investigation was marked by a series of chilling encounters. In the dimly lit corridors, investigators reported strange whispers that seemed to emanate from the very walls themselves. They were hushed, barely audible, and yet they carried an eerie weight, as though the spirits of the mansion were attempting to communicate. In the room known as the Seance Chamber, where the Arcane family had conducted their darkest rituals, the investigators experienced particularly unsettling phenomena. Cold spots materialized and dissipated in the blink of an eye, chilling the air and sending shivers down their spines. The medium among them claimed to feel a presence, an otherworldly force that brushed against their senses, leaving them in a state of dread. The night progressed with inexplicable occurrences. Cameras captured strange orbs of light dancing through the air, and EVP, electronic voice phenomena, sessions recorded faint, ghostly voices that seemed to respond to questions posed by the team. The words they uttered were cryptic, filled with an unsettling longing. Despite the chilling encounters, the investigators pressed on, determined to uncover the truth. The legend of Spirit Rock Mansion had long been fueled by whispers and stories, and now, it appeared that the very spirits of the mansion were speaking in a language only they could decipher. The question remained, were these voices benevolent or malevolent? Were they guiding the investigators toward the answers they sought, or were they luring them deeper into the mansion's dark secrets? The team was left with an ever-present sense of foreboding, as though the night held more horrors than they could have ever imagined. With each whispered word and eerie encounter, Spirit Rock Mansion revealed that its mysteries ran deeper than the team could have fathomed. The investigation had only just begun, and the truth remained elusive, hidden within the haunting whispers in the night. The night had been filled with inexplicable encounters, and the investigators of Spirit Rock Mansion had barely scratched the surface of its enigmatic history. As dawn broke, they gathered to review the evidence they had collected, seeking patterns in the phenomena that had unfolded. In the quiet of the morning, the team delved into the mansion's past. They combed through old documents, letters, and diaries, seeking clues about the mansion's former inhabitants and the ominous rituals that had transpired within its walls. Their research unveiled a tapestry of darkness. The arcane family, once shrouded in secrecy, were found to be practitioners of forbidden arts. Rumors of occult ceremonies and unholy pacts began to take form as they pieced together the family's sinister history. One name stood out in particular: Lucius Arcane. He had been the mastermind behind the dark rituals that had left an indelible mark on the mansion and the land itself. His obsession with bridging the gap between the living and the dead had driven him to commit unspeakable acts. As the investigators dug deeper, they discovered a connection to their own lineage. It was revealed that their ancestors, once neighbors to the Arcanes, had mysteriously vanished after a series of encounters with the cursed land and the mansion. With this revelation, the link between the investigators' family and Spirit Rock Mansion became more pronounced. It was as though their ancestors had been drawn into the dark web of the Arcane family's malevolence, a web that continued to ensnare those who sought to uncover its secrets. The investigators realized that they were not only unearthing the history of Spirit Rock Mansion but also the dark past of their own family. Their ancestral ties to the mansion ran deeper than they had ever imagined, and the curse of the land had left an indelible mark on their lineage. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows throughout the mansion, the investigators understood that their mission had only just begun. The haunting past of Spirit Rock Mansion was intertwined with their own, and the malevolent forces that lingered within its walls had yet to reveal their full, dreadful truth. The investigators had peeled back the layers of Spirit Rock Mansion's dark past, revealing a history marred by malevolent rituals and unspeakable acts. With their connection to the mansion's cursed history now apparent, the team ventured further into the heart of the enigma, ready to confront the unexplained forces that dwelled within. Their second night within the mansion's ominous confines was marked by a series of encounters that defied explanation. As they explored the dimly lit corridors, spectral figures moved in and out of their vision, vanishing into the shadows with unsettling grace. These ghostly apparitions were transparent yet undeniably present, a haunting testament to the mansion's sordid history. The medium among them sensed a gathering of restless spirits, their presence intensifying as the team delved deeper into the mansion's labyrinthine chambers. Apparitions of the Arcane family, their features twisted by malevolence, loomed before the investigators, their eyes hollow and accusing. In the room known as the Seance Chamber, the investigators experienced an escalation of unearthly phenomena. Mysterious symbols etched into the walls seemed to shimmer with an eerie luminescence, as though they held the key to unlocking the mansion's darkest secrets. Cold gusts of wind swept through the chamber, extinguishing candles and sending a shiver through the team. EVP sessions revealed whispered pleas and mournful cries from the spirits that still roamed the mansion. They spoke of torment and despair, of a curse that bound them to the mansion's dark legacy. The investigators, now fully immersed in the world of the supernatural, felt a profound connection to the spirits that sought release. As the night wore on, the investigators couldn't escape the feeling that they were reliving the horrors of the past. It was as though the malevolent acts of the Arcane family continued to play out, their restless spirits reenacting the rituals that had forever tainted the mansion and the land. The team, undeterred by fear, pressed on, determined to uncover the truth that lay buried beneath layers of darkness. The unearthly encounters within Spirit Rock Mansion were a testament to the malevolent forces that had left an indelible mark on this accursed place. As they prepared for another night of investigation, the investigators couldn't help but wonder if they were drawing closer to the answers they sought or if they were merely entangled in a web of horror that had no end. The mansion's secrets were poised to reveal themselves in ways they could never have anticipated, and the malevolent forces that lingered within its walls showed no signs of relinquishing their grip on the living world. As the investigators ventured deeper into the heart of Spirit Rock Mansion, the enigma that surrounded the place continued to unfold with macabre revelations. The night was marked by an eerie stillness, as if the mansion itself held its breath, ready to expose its darkest secrets. Their exploration led them to a hidden chamber, a place of profound significance known as the Ritual Room. It was here that the arcane family had conducted their most sinister ceremonies, forging pacts with the supernatural and seeking to bridge the realms of the living and the dead. The room bore the unmistakable marks of dark rituals. Candles, long extinguished, were scattered throughout, their wax remnants forming grotesque shapes. Symbols etched into the floor seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy, and the very air in the room felt charged with malevolence. As the investigators delved into the history of the Ritual Room, they uncovered a tapestry of horror. Lucius Arcane, the mastermind behind the Arcane family's dark practices, had sought to unlock the secrets of the afterlife, using the cursed land and the mansion as a conduit. His forbidden rituals had left an indelible mark on the very foundation of Spirit Rock Mansion. In their exploration of the Ritual Room, the investigators discovered a worn, leather-bound book, the Arcane Grimoire. This sinister tome contained the incantations and spells used by the Arcane family in their rituals. Its pages were filled with cryptic symbols and instructions, and as they perused its contents, the room seemed to respond. Cold gusts of wind swept through the chamber, and the candles flickered back to life, casting eerie shadows on the walls. The investigators felt a presence, an unseen force that watched their every move. It was as though the spirits of the Arcane family were determined to guard their dark secrets. The team realized that the Ritual Room held the key to understanding the malevolent forces that lingered within Spirit Rock Mansion. The cursed land and the mansion itself were inextricably linked to the rituals of the Arcane family, and it was in this room that the truth lay buried. As the investigators prepared to delve deeper into the enigma, they knew that the Ritual Room held the answers they sought. The malevolent forces that had haunted the mansion were poised to reveal themselves, and the investigators were determined to confront the darkness that had plagued Spirit Rock for centuries. With the discovery of the Arcane Grimoire and the unsettling revelations of the Ritual Room, the investigators of Spirit Rock Mansion found themselves on the precipice of a profound and foreboding truth. The malevolent forces that had haunted the mansion for centuries seemed to intensify as they ventured further into the enigma. The investigators returned to the Ritual Room, clutching the Arcane Grimoire as their guide. Its pages held the incantations and rituals that had been used to bridge the realms of the living and the dead. The very air in the room seemed to grow heavier with each incantation they uttered, as if they were awakening a dormant malevolence. As they delved deeper into the rituals, the room descended into darkness, both literal and metaphorical. Candles flickered and died, leaving the chamber shrouded in obscurity. The air grew frigid, and the symbols etched into the floor seemed to glow with an otherworldly luminescence. In the midst of this eerie transformation, the investigators began to experience unsettling phenomena. Apparitions of the Arcane family materialized before them, their eyes hollow and accusatory. The spirits of the family seemed to relive the dark rituals they had once conducted, their movements grotesque and contorted. Whispers filled the chamber, voices from the beyond that spoke in cryptic riddles. They offered glimpses into the malevolent legacy of the Arcane family and the curse they had wrought upon the land and the mansion. The investigators listened with a mixture of dread and determination, knowing that the answers they sought lay hidden within the shadows. As the night wore on, the investigators couldn't escape the feeling that they were playing a dangerous game, one that the spirits of the Arcane family had orchestrated. The Ritual Room had become a nexus of malevolence, and the investigators were caught in its web. With every incantation they recited and every ritual they performed, the malevolent forces seemed to intensify. It was as though they were awakening a darkness that had long slumbered within Spirit Rock Mansion, a darkness that was determined to engulf them. As the investigators prepared for another night of confrontation, they understood that they were on the brink of a profound revelation. The darkness had descended upon the mansion, and the malevolent forces that lingered within its walls showed no signs of relenting. The truth was poised to reveal itself in ways they could never have imagined, and the investigators were ready to face the malevolence that had haunted Spirit Rock for centuries. As the investigators ventured deeper into the heart of the enigma that was Spirit Rock Mansion, they found themselves on the precipice of a revelation that would redefine their understanding of the supernatural. The events of the ritual room had left them both determined and uneasy, but they knew that their journey was far from over. The darkness that had descended upon the mansion seemed to cling to their every step. Shadows danced through the dimly lit corridors, and the very air felt heavy with malevolence. The spirits of the arcane family, whose dark rituals had left an indelible mark on the mansion, continued to haunt their every move. The investigators returned to the ritual room, the malevolent epicenter of the mansion, armed with the arcane grimoire. Their determination to confront the malevolent forces that lingered within Spirit Rock had grown stronger, but they were acutely aware of the danger that lay ahead. As they recited the incantations and performed the rituals outlined in the grimoire, the room descended into chaos. Candles flickered wildly, casting grotesque, elongated shadows on the walls. The symbols etched into the floor seemed to writhe and pulse with an otherworldly energy, as though the very room were alive. The spirits of the arcane family materialized once more, their spectral figures twisted and contorted. Their eyes bore into the investigators, filled with an accusatory glare. Whispers filled the chamber, voices from the beyond that spoke of torment and despair. The investigators listened with a mixture of dread and resolve. In the midst of this malevolent crescendo, the room's atmosphere became stifling. It was as though the investigators were caught in a maelstrom of malevolence, their presence an affront to the spirits that had once called the mansion home. The enigma that surrounded Spirit Rock seemed to intensify, as though the darkness itself were determined to engulf them. The investigators knew that they had reached a point of no return. The final confrontation with the malevolent forces of Spirit Rock Mansion was at hand. With every incantation, they drew closer to the truth, a truth that was poised to reveal itself in ways they could never have anticipated. The investigators prepared for the ultimate reckoning, understanding that the malevolence that had haunted Spirit Rock for centuries was poised to reveal its secrets. The darkness had descended upon the mansion, and the investigators were determined to face the malevolent forces that had lingered within its walls. The final confrontation awaited, and the enigma that was Spirit Rock Mansion was about to expose its ultimate, chilling truth. In the final chapter of the harrowing saga of Spirit Rock Mansion, the investigators had arrived at a precipice of understanding. The ritual room, the epicenter of malevolence, had become a battleground between the living and the restless spirits that haunted the mansion. The time for revelation was at hand. As the investigators continued their recitations and rituals from the arcane grimoire, the chamber seemed to rupture with unseen energy. The symbols etched into the floor glowed with an ethereal light, and the spirits of the arcane family writhed in agony, their forms twisting and distorting. With a shuddering intensity, the ritual room unleashed a surge of supernatural energy that enveloped the investigators. A cacophony of whispers and wails filled the chamber, reverberating in a chilling crescendo. It was as though the spirits were determined to have their voices heard, their stories told. In the midst of this spectral tempest, the investigators experienced a profound connection to the spirits of the arcane family. They saw fragments of the past, glimpses of the dark rituals and the curse that had been wrought upon the mansion and the land. It was a torment that had endured for centuries, and the spirits were desperate for release. With a final incantation, the ritual room unleashed a blinding surge of energy, illuminating the symbols on the floor with a bluish glow. In that moment, the investigators understood the malevolence that had haunted Spirit Rock Mansion for generations. The curse of the arcane family, the forbidden rituals, and the malevolent forces that had clung to the land and the mansion, all were laid bare. The spirits of the arcane family seemed to find a semblance of peace as the truth was unveiled. With spectral sighs, they dissipated into the shadows, leaving the investigators with a profound sense of both closure and dread. The mansion itself seemed to sigh with the spirits, as if it, too, had been liberated from the malevolence that had plagued it. The darkness that had descended upon Spirit Rock began to recede, and the air grew less oppressive. The investigators had confronted the malevolent forces of Spirit Rock Mansion and emerged with a chilling truth. The enigma that had haunted the mansion was no longer a mere legend or a whisper in the night, it was a dark legacy that had been unveiled. As they prepared to leave the mansion, the investigators knew that the mysteries of Spirit Rock would continue to linger, but they had uncovered the truth that had eluded them for generations. The final confrontation had led to an ultimate reckoning, and the malevolent forces that had haunted Spirit Rock for centuries had been confronted and, in a way, exorcised. The enigma that was Spirit Rock Mansion had finally exposed its ultimate, chilling truth. Thank you for joining us on another journey into the unknown with Dark Tales podcast. If you enjoyed these tales of the macabre and the mysterious, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. By subscribing, you'll stay updated with our latest chilling stories and be part of our growing community of paranormal enthusiasts. Until next time, remember that the night holds its secrets close, and we'll be here to uncover them.